Kumar, yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we support the bill. Sir, there are two main reasons for establishment of tribunals. One was our judiciary was heavily clogged, so to ease the burden on the judiciary, the tribunal system was established. Secondly, the courts lacked specialized knowledge and technical know-how. So it was expected that the tribunals would provide that technical know-how. But over the years, there has been need to reform the tribunal system. I do understand that this reform bill has many laudable objectives to streamline the tribunal system by abolishing certain tribunals which will save the exchequer. It will fast-track justice by reducing another layer of litigation. It will bring in bureaucratic efficiency. And finally, it will bring uniformity to the terms and conditions of the members. All laudable goals, sir. However, the reforms have been introduced in the ordinance and now in the bill, which are in violation of what the Supreme Court has laid down in the Madras Bar Association case. And I'll articulate two of the objections of the Supreme Court. One is the term of office of 4 years is lower than the 5 years minimum term as directed by the Supreme Court. I also share the concern that short tenure of members along with provisions of reappointment increases the control of the executive over the judiciary. Second concern of the Supreme Court is regarding the minimum age requirement of 50 years for appointment of members in the tribunal. Sir, our constitution stipulates that one can become a High Court judge after 10 years of practice as a lawyer. So, and we have a number of instances of High Court judges in their 40s. So when you can become a High Court judge in 40, is it not ironical that you have to wait to be 50 to be a member of a tribunal? Is it logical? I don't think it is. So the Supreme Court has held that the provisions are violative of, as one member was previously saying, violative of Article 14, violation of independence of the judiciary, violations of the separation of power, and also violation of the rule of law. Sir, there is hardly any doubt that the tribunal system needs overhaul, and hence the need for a tribunal reform bill.
Please don't use placards.
So while supporting this bill, I would like to share three concerns which I hope and request the government to consider. First and foremost,
not obstruct.
sir, the Supreme Court and many members of Parliament have raised concern about the vacancies in various tribunals. The 272nd Law Commission report in October 2017 also had recommended that the vacancy arising in the tribunals should be filled within 6 months prior to the occurrence of the vacancy. Sir, today's Times of India has an article on the front page which would not be music to the ears of the government. And I would like to read out the article. The Statutory Selection Committee, led by the Supreme Court judges, have collectively decided to stop recommend names for appointment of members for appointment to important tribunals till the bureaucracy clears 100 names that are already recommended, even as vacancies have rendered the tribunals dysfunctional. So, I strongly urge the government to take up this matter of vacancies in the tribunals with the utmost seriousness it deserves. The second concern is regarding the pendency of cases in our high courts. Sir, there are 59 lakh cases pending in various high courts. And the abolition of some of the tribunals and shifting it to the high court will further escalate this pendency. So I hope that the government has done a judicial impact assessment when the case load will be shifted to the court from the tribunals. Whether adequate budgetary grants have been considered on account of the inevitable burdening of the judiciary. Has this been considered by the government? And my final concern is regarding the tenure of the members. The 74th Parliamentary Standing Committee report has suggested a tenure of 7 years or more. It had also suggested setting up a National Tribunal Commission to oversee the administration of the tribunals, eligibility criteria, removal, etc. So I sincerely hope that the government will consider these concerns, and with this note, I support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri N.R. Elango. Shri Elango.